What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to TD PHINS Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Punch that like button on your way in the building. Let your friends and family members know that we are live here on Wednesday night. Kicking back, relaxing. I forgot that it was open tonight for the NBA. I should be watching some of that right now, but I'm not. Um, but yeah, Tua Tagovailoa just reminded us of some stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. But y'all hit that like button so other people will know that we're live, all right? Mr. Fanatic, what's up, man? I'm glad to see you up in here. Y'all check into the chat. Since I'm not on my computer, I know the notification is going to be delayed, so I'm just going to give it like 1 minute and we'll get started. Jose, what's up, man? Miss Relentless in the building. Now y'all coming in. I see y'all flooding in now. What's good? I'm great, man. I'm great. But I'm gonna go ahead and dive right in. Just some stuff I want to go ahead and talk about. You know, oh man, the Dolphins, we're obviously in a crazy situation right now, and I really don't want to get into the how we got here and all of that. We've talked about that tirelessly. Here's the deal. Moving forward, though, I'm starting to become very concerned. I'm truly starting to become very concerned about moving forward. We're in so much debt. And when I say debt, not just from a monetary standpoint, but just everything within the organization. We are in so much debt every decision that we made. Every decision. You got Chris Greer, who it feels like we're in debt because it might be other factors that's causing him not to be replaced. Mike McDaniel extended his contract with the team. And from my understanding, it's a very handsome contract and it might be fully guaranteed. And you got several years left on it. Like just that. You obviously signed all the stars and none of them are here to play. You extended Tua. We know that was bad too. The Dolphins have always operated out of debt. And I was just sitting back. I was on Twitter and I was thinking about this Tua situation because I started to feel like there could be a scenario where they still stick with Tua. I know y'all don't want to hear that. I'm about to get it in the comment section, but there is a scenario where they still stick with Tua. Like, have we sat back and thought about, what if we did fire Chris Greer, we brought in another general manager, and next year he wants to evaluate Tua and he decides, hey, let's build around him. I think he's good enough. Somebody said I rebuke. I get it. I get it, but y'all know how I am on this channel. I give you every scenario. So when one of them happens, we walk through the scenario and why. And usually you got to find the whys. And those are the whys I came up with. And that's why I was like, man, I can't put anything past anybody in that front office. I can't put anything past anybody in that front office. So I got to consider all possibilities. And I'm telling you, they could easily very well just say, we're going to continue with Tua and we're going to build around Tua. We're going to let his contract play out. He's going to finish 25. We're going to keep him for 26. And we'll make a decision in 27. So they're going to purge the roster this year, finish purging next year while they're getting young guys. We probably ain't going to win more than 6, 7 games this year or next year. Then you know how things go, man. They start building the team, and next thing you know, oh, we won 8 games. We're headed in the right direction. There is a possibility. They put everything on to him. Let's call it what it is. They put everything on to him. Greer, McDaniel, everybody, they put all their eggs in the basket on Tua. And right now, it's looking like a big failure. But here's my thing, they were so convicted about it. They were like, to be a team that wanted to replace him every step of the way, Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, all of that stuff. And obvious, I mean, it came out that they were trying to go get somebody and move on from Tua. The Brady situation, all of that. But then all of a sudden, when they failed at every single one of those attempts, they went so heavy on saying, no, we believe in him, he's the guy. And they never looked back. They have held that stand proudly the entire time. Why is this relevant right now? Because I was sitting back and I was thinking, when Tua Tagovailoa had his press conference today, he reminded me of something. See, Tua said in his press conference today, the reason why he hasn't connected with Waddle is because he can't see him over the offensive and defensive line. And immediately I was like, oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden, I tweeted about it, and everybody, there was a lot of people that was trying to defend him in a weird way. They were like, why are y'all making this a big deal? He said this before. And I thought to myself, did he? And I was like, he sure has. And he's actually done it like 3 or 4 times in his career, said something along these lines. And it just made me realize with Tua just reminded us of how ridiculous we are. Do you realize how ridiculous we've been? Like when you really put it all together, I'm about to show you how ridiculous we've been. First of all, you draft the man after having a hip procedure that some guys don't even come back from, or years later it gets worse. Not only that, when he comes in the league, it's not like he's lighting it up. But on top of not lighting it up, now you're out here getting concussed and hurt every few months. Then you go out there and you blow almost every season you've been a part of. Blow almost every season, y'all. Tua Tagovailoa has blown almost every single season, and a lot of y'all forgot about it. Y'all have conveniently forgot about even the Brian Flores era. Do you know that Tua Tagovailoa, as a rookie, was starting in the NFL as a rookie, going up against the Buffalo Bills in in the last week of the season? If we win, we end. Not only did we lose, but he was atrocious. The year after that, we had you win these games, you're in. And I think the Tennessee happened. We all remember what happened in the first version of Tennessee. And maybe we don't. Some of us like, which Tennessee was that? All of them were terrible. Then the next year, he's hurt. Team ain't got no hope because he hurt. Then he comes back, plays a full season, but everybody gets hurt around him, even though he did get hurt, banged up in the season. And the next year, he gets hurt again, misses the end. And not only was it okay, but then we extended him. We extended him. And now he out there on the field looking like the 28th ranked quarterback that he is right now. Just for him to get on the podium today to remind me he can't even see his receivers, Lord. Tua, I had forgot all about that. It just makes it 10 times worse that you reminded us. Why do I say that? So you mean to tell me we got an injury-prone quarterback who can't process the field, who literally never shows up big in the big games, can't run to save his life, can't improvise very well to save his life. And what does any of that matter when you can't even see the receivers you throwing to? Tyreek done got hurt. Thank God for Waller. Now Waller's hurt. If Tyreek gone and Waller gone and you can't see Tua, who left? A-Chain? Maybe that's why A-Chain out here balling every week. Because he all we got. Because our quarterback can't even see the weapon. But I do find that highly suspect that you can't see Waddle, but you can see Tyreek. Make it make sense. Or you can't see none of them and you've been spot throwing, which I told y'all about. Y'all remember how I used to be demonized for calling it spot throwing? And then 3 years later, they glance over the fact they demonized me for it, but now it's a normal saying. Oh yeah, he spots throws. Every quarterback spots throws. Oh, it's just normal now. It's just a normal saying now. 3 years ago, I was the most despicable, worst non-football knowing person there was because I tried to introduce people to spot throwing. But they still throwing out that false term, calling it anticipation. And people don't understand what anticipation is. Maybe they do. Somebody corrected me on this and I accepted their correction. Maybe he can't anticipate. He can't process. He can't process the field properly. Let me break something down for y'all. Kurt Warner came out and said this recently. He said, I think Tua's um confused. I think that's the term he said. I think Tua's confused. Um he hesitates now. He used to anticipate, he used to have elite anticipation, which I always argued it's not elite anticipation, but Kurt Warner was literally saying that. I think it was today or yesterday. I saw the video. He said, he's confused now. He's not operating in timing. He's not anticipating. He used to just fire that ball right in that window every time. Now he's hesitating, and then it's too late. And I don't know what has him like this. I am so sick of people out here giving football advice and ending it with, I don't know what the problem is. But y'all demonize somebody giving you a logical reason why. So, Kurt Warner, have you ever considered the fact that maybe your hypothesis on what you were seeing were wrong all along? If you can't come up with your own conclusion of why it's happening, because the entire time it was never what y'all thought it was. the elite stuff you thought it was. Let me tell y'all what the problem with Tua is right now, what's happening. And hear me good. I know exactly what's wrong with them right now. Remember Kurt Warner said this? Um, he spoke on Tua Tagovailoa's strength and his weaknesses. The problem with Tua right now is that Tua is scared of interceptions. Remember when Kurt Warner said, I hope y'all remember this. I did a whole video on it. Remember when he said, Tua anticipates the offense is solely relying on his anticipation. Now that can get you in trouble sometimes, throwing a pick here and there. But it works so often that you live with the interceptions. I don't know if y'all remember Kurt Warner broke that down. And I said, now you're getting somewhere. He's just putting it, he still didn't say he putting it in spots and all that, but I'm trying to tell you that's what he's doing. But it stuck out to me when he said, now this style of offense is going to put the ball in harm's way, but it's gonna have way more success than harm. It's like swinging a bat 1,000 times. As long as you hit the ball 900 times, you're okay with the 100 that you didn't. You're okay with the 100 that you don't. You're hitting at 90%. 100 bad things gonna happen. But what Kirk didn't consider, McDaniel didn't consider, Tua didn't consider, because this is where the problem comes. That 90% that's hitting all the time is against the bad teams. And when the good teams actually scheme and pay attention to what you're doing and scheme to your strengths, this is why you never can have a good game against a good team. Because that's where they come. A real defense that knows what you're doing and they're scheming to it. But you can keep doing it. You're going to cook a little bit in the game, but dang, he got me on a pick. I didn't even know what was happening. So what did McDaniel do? McDaniel told himself, man, we got to fix this. We could keep doing this offense and getting a lot of yards and all this and that, but when it matters most and when it comes down to it, this offense don't move. It moves way more than it don't, but when it don't, it's in a critical moment. It's when it matters most. So we got to figure out a way to get out of that. And McDaniel realizes the only way out of it, you got to actually process the field. I can't keep giving you the elementary options of if the linebacker go in the flat, you hit the seam. If the linebacker stays in the seam, you hit the flat. If the linebacker stays in the seam and the corner goes to the flat, hit the wheel. I can't keep giving you the elementary because other teams see it now. They know what to do against it. Now you actually have to process the field, make sure you see it open now, and make sure you look out for the coverage and the defender sliding in that area. This is why Tua's not hitting right away anymore. The quick dink and dunks he hitting on the bubble screens because the play is designed to hike and get it out there. We're talking about even the check downs. Even the quick tight end slip screens, he's hiking the ball, he's looking, but it looked like he's checking the defense, and then he's trying to go back, and he's like, oh man, it's closed now. Everything is delayed. You would think that he was a slow processor right now. But the truth of the matter is, he's never really processed, not on that level. He's processed the basics. If I got two high safety, this should be open. If I have that, that should be open. But anytime a defense disguises the coverage and they give you one thing and switch to the other, he's in trouble because he's never truly processed it. He's not thinking they're in this, but they could switch to this, and this after I hike the ball. And here are my indicators to tell me what they switch to. And once I identify that, I have to instantaneously know where I need to go with the football right away. Tough, tough. That's hard to do. Only the elites can do that. And it ain't many in the NFL. You got less than 5 in the NFL that can do it. But since he doesn't have any superpowers, mobility, running, and all of that, he has to know how to do it, or he's gonna always be behind everybody else. See, everybody else don't have to know how to do it if they could just scramble for 10 yards instead. More than they don't. But even them, they get caught up too sometimes in big games because other teams scheme to their strengths. But they still have more superpowers to make stuff happen. Tua don't have the superpowers, so he has to be able to process and read the field at an elite level. All that guesswork that he's been doing over the years that nobody pays attention to. I used to argue with people talking about, I'm telling you, if the receiver fell on his face at the line of scrimmage, that ball's still going where it was supposed to go. Well, you don't know that. How many phantom balls he been throwing lately? Everybody, oh, that must have just been miscommunication. He never even looked. A lot of these throws, he don't even look. He just see a defender go there. I know to go here. Oh crap! Another defender feel that whole pick. Do y'all not know that defenses are baiting him into this? I'm watching it on film. There are defenses that saying, if that running back going to flat, I'm gonna take off fast to the flat and sell it to him. Because my guy next to me is supposed to take my area if that happens. And he throwing picks off of that. He reading that guy to the flat, seeing, oh crap, another guy. Where'd that come from? Because they were in cover 2 and then they switched to cover 1. The robber came down. He has no clue. He's always been blindly throwing these footballs in these spots. How long as the receiver get there? Because he'd never been able to see over the line of scrimmage. And it reminded me of that. He's so limited. He's so limited. It's crazy to me, man. And somebody wrote me a chat back, which was crazy to me. I can't believe this is what I heard. They said, oh, this isn't anything new. This is why you need a better O line to keep passing lanes. To keep passing lanes. I have to go get educated a little more on passing lanes. I'm gonna have to make a few phone calls on passing lanes. It makes absolutely no sense to me. This is a new term, by the way, and maybe I'm the late one. Oh yeah, this is normal. Passing lanes. The O line needs to make passing lanes. I'm playing guard and my nose tackle goes wide outside. What passing lane am I maintaining? I'm trying to keep him away from the quarterback. What are you talking about? Passing lane. The O line is responsible to keep their passing lane. You think O linemen really be out there like, let me keep you in this lane? The defenders trying to go around them. They have to stay in front of them. Y'all blaming everything on the O line. Now it's the O line fault. He can't see nobody. No, he's just too short. He's just too short. This is why people like the taller quarterbacks. 6'3" or better. That's the goal, at least. Some rare 6'2" guys. You can't see over the line. Like, I want y'all to think about that. We out there playing the Browns, trying to win, and Waddle ain't getting targeted, and you like, what's up with this? Well, oh, well, I just can't see him. What are we doing? What are we doing? We got a quarterback out there running plays and can't even see his targets. That blows my mind. And don't tell me Waddle ain't open. You better go watch that film. I done already seen it. Don't tell me Waddle ain't open. Blow it up, man. Blow it up. Not only that, something's wrong with Tua's throwing motions and everything anyway. Something's up. I don't know if it's his hip. I have no idea what it is. But yeah. And he is so worried about taking a hit. He is ducking and dodging everything coming up, coming towards him. I mean, I'm seeing him throw quick skip bad passes and hiding. Like, what are we doing? Do y'all realize how we living? How we living out here? We got a quarterback that's limited in half the stuff he need to do, and then he see pressure coming and an open guy. Let me just put it out there. Hopefully he get it, and let me make sure I don't get hit. I understand keeping them healthy, but for what? What bit like preserving him to not take any chances ain't gonna do nothing but keep him alive long enough for us to lose. You're not gonna win games unless you go after every play to its max. But we got a guy who literally about 10% of the plays in a game he can abandon just for the sake of staying healthy. You giving away plays every game, a handful of plays just to keep a guy healthy. 3rd and 6 at the 45-yard line. Just stay healthy. Okay, punt. You needed that, especially when it was there. No, I mean, if it was the playoffs, then you got to put it on the line. You're not gonna make the playoffs under this formula. Keep on doing it. And what good is making the playoffs when you're gonna be making business decisions there too, man? Man, we bad, man. This is bad. Like we is such debt. Like we're behind on everything. You get a new GM and a new coach, they got to come in and say, man, where do we start? Do we evaluate Tua under our own lens? Because usually you're supposed to let me look at these guys and evaluate them under my own lens, not take what other people say. So what you gonna do that for a year? I don't know. Appreciate the super chats. I'm about to hit them because I don't want to skip them. If I can give me a second. Fire Greer, bring back. Let me just click it. Fire Greer, bring back Flores, keep McDaniel as the OC, and draft the QB. Flores did more with less. Thoughts, TD. Yeah, I mean it sound good. The problem is, first of all, they ain't never gonna bring Flores back. Number two, ain't nobody want to work, get demoted, and then be working under the person that replaced them. A lot of people don't like that, and you don't want that in your organization. Julian said, "Have you heard who will be QB2?" I'm going to assume you don't go backwards from Quinn Ewers. I think that's who they're going to roll with. And Sean Y with the best comment. Tua out here playing Battleship. Man, the Dolphins out here flagrant. Tua talks like someone who has no faith in or doesn't care about his next contract. He's done, checked out, probably wants to be benched. Get him out. Yeah, I can't speak for him in that regard, but here's what I will say, man. I think he does have a piece that he got paid and his life has changed forever, which is good. It's always good for people, right? Um, the problem is I don't know if he's gonna care to really go after much more afterwards. Like, like you got to think about it. Like Tua says that he doesn't pay attention to the media and all that, but he ain't nobody stupid. Everybody hears everything. Okay, not everything, but if it's national news, everybody hears the big stuff. So him coming out today saying that about the line of scrimmage, obviously everybody gonna make it something. So it's going people gonna be talking about it. Even networks gonna pick it up. Okay. They already tweeting all everywhere about it. Like, wow, dude, just stop talking. But since he did that, I can tell you now, Tua's probably gonna hear about it and be like, man, because you know they have PR people in with the Dolphins, so they coach him on this stuff. They talk to him. This is what you said, and this is how people taking it. So you want to be careful with this. Man, they probably done had that conversation so many times with him. It's like tomorrow might be a breaking day. He come in there, they start talking to him about what he said yesterday. He probably gonna be like, "Gosh, man, I can't get nothing right," and that's gonna affect him too. That's going to affect his play on the field too. He feeling alienated with everything. He can't do nothing right. He can't say nothing right. He can't play right. Everything. He gonna start getting affected by that. It's a high probability of that. I want you to think about that. Put yourself in his shoes. That's what's probably happening tomorrow. Like, gosh, man, how about I just don't talk? Like, this is crazy. First is this. Then I say that I had good intentions, but I got my teammates mad. Like every time I talk, yes, every time you talk, stop talking. And you're just so honest and don't feel like anything is wrong. But he definitely can't read a room. He cannot read a room. And he don't have to, but there should be people protecting him from that, by the way. It's crazy work, man. Glenn in the building. I see you, homie. He gave up, and so has the team. Yeah, I don't know if Tua. I don't think Tua gave up, but he's at peace no matter what happens. See, that's a good place to be mentally for an individual, but the people that rely on you, it sucks for us. It's good for him mentally to be there because things are hard and things get tough like they are now, and the world can feel like it's crashing down on you. That type of peace sustains your mental health. But it also sucks for fans and people alike because it's like you want him to have that fire burned in him, like I care. I'm matter of fact, I'm putting in work right now to change it. But no, he's made it clear he'll be hugging and kissing his family. So I get it, but it's a catch-22. Nothing to his doing is wrong. Personal life, trying to play the game he love. The kid ain't doing nothing wrong. The man ain't doing nothing wrong. But he also human and a football player. So he's gonna be scrutinized. Everything gonna be broken down. And if you love him, you hate it because you feel like he being attacked. But this is what comes with it. No QB who cares about their career talks like that. Yeah, but I'm not claiming he cares. I think he cares, like he wants to do well, he wants things to be right. But if they not, man, I'm not finna stress myself. It is what it is. Sorry. Even though I'm not, I'm doing my best. I threw a pick. Oh well. I didn't try to throw the pick. They got me. It don't matter if I wasn't good at processing or nothing like that. They got me, man. What you want me to do now? Ain't nothing I can do. But in reality, we want them to, hey, get better in that area then, or put the tireless work in on that. But you're not. You're just not the best in that area. We got to live with it. We have to live with it. And they paid him. We failed. We failed bad. This whole thing before Flores, right before him, The whole thing, man. We had promise. We were excited. A new, fresh beginning. Let's try to do it right this time. Let's be patient and disciplined. And I feel like they were headed in the right direction. And then year three, all that drama, and they fired Flores, brought in McDaniel, and they abandoned the whole game plan of taking our time, building through the draft, and developing. They abandoned the whole thing and just got the credit card and went on a shopping spree. They abandoned the plan. And guess what? The beautiful thing about following that plan, if you would have, is that even if you don't hit, you just keep on striking. You keep throwing that bat. And eventually you're going to have homegrown, young, good players. And you're starting to funnel them out. It's a process. It takes time. But as soon as you jump off that ship, you're in trouble. And they jumped off. But the reason why they jumped off, because it was an imminent situation where they had to prove that they were right, Flores was wrong, we're justified for everything we did. And that's why they went all in. And it failed. It's a failure. What they thought was the right move was the wrong move. They failed. It's that simple. And how do you recover from it from now? Man, we all lost. Ain't nobody, man, journalists, beat writers, analysts, nobody knows. And that's the crazy thing. We've seen crazier things. That letter from Ross last year, we expect better, but there's no accountability in it. Now we're all speculating there's going to be accountability, but are we sure? All these contracts written up, are we sure? I mean, what you gonna do if March comes around? Although the season wasn't as we planned and unforeseen this and that, we value blah blah blah, and we have higher standards. We have decided to continue building upon that with Chris and Mike as they assess the team and efforts to make it better. But I like what you gonna say if you hear that come out again? Because it actually might. As much as we say I can't believe this, it might happen. What you gonna do with that? And then what are they gonna do? Are they gonna say let's build around Tua again? Or are they gonna say, all right, let's move on from Tua, try to find another quarterback and build around? Man, we don't know if. Do not sleep on them getting another chance. Don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on it. There's an argument in the NFL, like a difference of opinion, where they say nobody's perfect. If someone gets it wrong, it doesn't mean that they're bad. They just got it wrong that time, but they're actually pretty good and they should get another opportunity. That's what the conversation is. A lot of different, NFL vlogs have written on it, talking about are we firing GMs and coaches too soon because they messed up a 4 to 6 year block? Because a 4 to 6 year block people consider as just one chance. That was one attempt, because these things don't happen in 1, 2, 3 years. These things could take 4 or 5 years to build how you want it. Like the Lions took 2 or 3 bad years and built it up to what they wanted. So the argument is, I got that one wrong, but we banked on that and it didn't turn out. But that don't mean this philosophy isn't right. We just need to get it right this time. And that's the problem. I think Ross might be shifting to that type of approach. Hey, just because y'all messed up one time, hey, we got it wrong on the quarterback. He couldn't stay healthy. That's out of our control. or whatever reason, right? You got to get it right this time, or you're gonna have 3 to 4 years to get it right this time, and if you don't, then I gotta move on. That could very well happen, man. Some of y'all don't want to hear it, but it could happen. It could happen because they're right in that regards. One attempt is like 4 years worth of picks and everything of a build. It's like a shooter coming out and missing a first shot. Steph Curry come out there and miss his first shot. Oh no, get rid of Steph Curry. Nah, you're gonna be like, nah, keep shooting. And I hope that that's not exercised. But I do have a confession though, about like how I see the team and who's at fault. A lot of people don't like Stephen Ross as the owner. I'm like one of the few people that's like, man, he's the perfect owner. I don't get why people are outraged with him. And again, I just try to use logic, and reasoning. The reason why I don't have a problem with Stephen Ross, he does open the checkbook for whatever you want, right? And that's all you can ask the owner to do. People say he's an absent owner. He is, but he is at every game, but he's absent in the day to day because he doesn't know ball. And he doesn't care to probably like learn it like that. But I like him as an owner. The problem is he just has to find the right advisors. But now you have that advisor type situation. Again, a owner may not know that the advisors are the issue for 10 years. They may not know for 10 years. If you don't know football, like this Tua situation, if you don't know football and everybody, the ex players and everybody, and Tua's the guy, all right, go get Tua. They got him. Oh, he had a bad concussion, or you couldn't see that coming. But it's not career ending. He's a hard worker. He's gonna work through it. Ross is just playing it out, watching the games. Flores years, we're competitive, not great, but we're competitive. Okay, we're building something. He don't know better, and we are building something. Next thing you know, okay, fork in the road. What's going on? Flores want to do it like this. I want to do it like that. I'm the general manager. This and that, that and this. Advisors are like, yeah, man, Flores tripping, whatever. Greer got to make a decision. Everybody's saying that it's the coach. Well, I got to do what's right. He's just doing what they tell him, like advising him. They go get Mike McDaniel. And as an owner, he happy. He doing the waddle in the stands. Ooh, look at us. We're a better offense. The next year, ooh, we tearing it up. 70-20. Wow. Yeah, man. I've been making some great decisions. But people keep getting hurt. But it's happier days down here. We just gotta stay healthy. And then it all start falling down right in front of his face, one thing after another. And he's like, man, are we bad again? Yeah. Oh man. What's the problem? Well, and whatever they telling him, he don't know. He don't know. So now here we are today, and he's like, I value continuity, but this type of play is not going to be acceptable. But he still don't know nothing. Still gotta, hey man, what do y'all think about this? And everybody weighing in and he making a decision, but he still got those guys. He don't know that they're a problem. Matter of fact, they ain't never been a problem yet. They probably selling to him is just a lot of bad fortune. We couldn't have seen all three of those guys getting hurt, and that guy and that guy. We got to go after it next year, but in order to do that, we got to give him more money. All right, okay, I guess. All right. He don't know. You don't know. But it could take a while before he starts saying, "Hey man, everything y'all keep saying ain't working out, and we just keep moving forward, but nothing been working out. It's been 10 years. What's up, man? I mean, I'm starting to wonder about y'all." That takes a while. That takes a while. So I don't have a problem with the owner. I have a problem with the advisors, Chris Greer, and let you in on another little secret. I don't have a problem like many of y'all do with Mike McDaniel. I don't like the fact that he endorsed Tua, because if he's a good coach, a good quarterback coach, and all that mess and all this stuff, then he know what it took or not. But I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt and basically saying he went on an interview and he was trying to get him a job. He was trying to make sure he got him a job. So maybe he got more creativity in him. Maybe he would definitely love to do things differently, but he can only operate within the confines of what the players he have are capable of, and Tua is a major limitation. And I feel like he's starting to separate himself from Tua in a little bit, but I also want to make sure y'all remember what I broke down to y'all in training camp. Tua had some struggling days. Remember training camp wasn't good this year at all. Like the offense never really impressed us. Even with Tua, it didn't matter. Nothing was explosive. Nothing was impressive. And remember when they asked McDaniel about struggles with the offense, and his exact words, and I told y'all this was going to happen. He said, "Well, when you're doing something for the first time that you didn't start doing until the spring, and now you're putting it on the field against real competition for the first time, it can be a struggle." And this was about the quarterback play, by the way. He was like, it could be a struggle. And I did a stream and I told y'all, see, they got him processing the field now. They got him doing a little bit more of the carrying, but how well will he do it? And that's what you're seeing right now. A quarterback attempting to truly process the field. Not do the, if he do that, then I do that. He still do that sometimes, but he's still getting caught doing it. Interception. He's still getting caught taking the read, not processing the read. He takes reads, not process them. What do I mean? He's coached up. I got cover two, outside linebacker. If he goes, I got the quick slant of the seam. If he's identifying and he's firing it there, but he's not processing what happens after the snap. He's going off of indicators instead of actually post snap processing. Post snap processing means you have to determine if they're still in what you saw pre snap or not right before you pull the trigger. It's a almost simultaneous thing. It's a rhythm in a field when you hike that football looking up at the safeties, the two high safeties. Did any of them veer forward before I looked to my first read? And to pause me to say, whoa, we got adjustment here. Like it happens so fast. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm no idiot. This is the hardest thing to do in football. This is what make elite players elite. The only problem, and here's the deal, you don't need this trait unless you're limited. This is the only way you can be great in the NFL. Breeze could do it. Peyton Manning can do it. Brady did it his whole career. It's what you have to be able to do when you are limited. You have to be a master at processing the field. What people don't realize, there's so many things Tua can be better at that can help him make it in the NFL. Maybe it's time to sit down and show him how to truly call all his protections, how to shift guys into extra protection or whatever it may be, slide the protections and everything. See it coming. Change the cadence up to where you're never snapping on one, but you're giving a signal on one, getting a peek at who's leaving off the corner, then you slow it down. But we don't do that. Why? Because the gimmick offense that he needed has the motion in it that takes away the valuable time to allow him to come to the line and assess everything. He not allowed to assess everything because he ain't even got the time to do it because of the motions got to get rolling. We got to start our motions with like 6 seconds on the clock. We can't do it at 2. But you can't, you don't know how to do it. So McDaniel, don't worry about that time. If Tua knew how to process post snap and call his protections, we wouldn't be doing all those motions. He would have better time to throw the football because he'll be calling protections. He'll be calling who needs help. This might be coming off the edge, running back, check him and check the mic. We don't see that mess no more. We sat there and we watched Peyton Manning. We watched Aaron Rodgers. We watched Tom Brady literally orchestrate the line of scrimmage like its own game. Y'all remember when Tom Brady and Ray Lewis used to be across the field with each other, and Tom yelling at the line, telling them what to do, Ray yelling at the defense, they shift, Tom yelling, they just back and forth. They know, see, they studied it. They know exactly what's happening. Ray Lewis in his head, oh, he see what we doing, switch it up. Oh, and Brady like, yeah, I see what they doing. Oh, they gonna switch to that now. It's like, that used to be the advantage for the limited quarterbacks. That's what made him great. Brady ain't no runner. Brady ain't no improviser. Brady ain't no off script guy like that. How can you have a career where you were on script 95% of the time? The way the NFL played today, you wouldn't even think that was possible for any quarterback. But it's the reason why 95% of Brady's snaps were on script. He got to stay in the pocket, but he also was a master in the pocket. One little shift to the left, like Brady and Peyton Manning were so good at the pre-snap stuff, setting up for the post-snap, that they would hike the football. 2 or 3 offensive linemen can be losing right away, and the way they shift their body in the pocket, all of them line back up and got a good block now. Like the quarterback doing that, where he slid up in the pocket or how he veered this way slightly. And that guy that was getting beat, now in order to get to the quarterback, you have to reset the other way. And now he ain't getting beat no more. Like, quarterbacks help offensive linemen. Now, none of that's a requirement. We don't require none of that. Just go out there and sling the rock and run for your life and make it look good. We don't need no cerebral and all of that. And then those handful of quarterbacks that can't run, you wonder why they struggle like Tua struggle. Nick Saban told us, man, We don't even teach these guys their one protection, two protection, three protections no more. We don't teach them their hots. We don't teach none of that anymore. The game has changed. This spread option and all of this and getting the ball out quick. We don't teach none of that. Nick Saban said that. These guys don't know none of that coming out of college. And when I heard him say that, I said, man, all this talk about, oh, he was coached by Nick Saban. He definitely should not. Man, for Nick Saban to say that we don't even teach these guys that stuff. It's like for college football, it's a waste. The problem is it's hurting them in the pros. Literally said in college ball now, they don't need to know all that. But it's hurting them in the pros because they need to. Nick Saban literally said in that interview, coaches are getting smart. Why go through all of that when you can make them better in this and just for college? That's all we're worried about is college. Most of these guys may not make it to the pros anyway, so we're just focused on college. Because people forget college is a professional league. A lot of y'all don't realize that. College is a professional football. It's professional football. Especially in every aspect now that they get paid, but it's professional football. We made it to this point. We made it to this point. Oh, we made it to this point. Anywho, man, just wanted to come rock with y'all for a little bit tonight and drop this one on y'all because I was thinking about it. Tua reminding us of even more things that it's been an issue. And we paid a guy with all these issues. It really just doesn't make sense, y'all. But we did, and here we are. So we got the Atlanta Falcons this week, which is going to be a crazy game. Bijan Robinson, I'm scared he's going to run for 300 yards. That pass rush is legitimate. They are very good at pass rush, top 5 in many quarter categories. Um, I don't know what to expect, but here's what I think. I personally feel like it's another winnable game. But Atlanta, man, they could beat us too. Listen, y'all, if we lose to Atlanta and we're 1-7, and then who we got after that? Is it Buffalo? Is it Buffalo or the Ravens? I think it's Ravens on Thursday night, which is a short turnaround. We literally play Atlanta on a Sunday. And if you lose that game 1-7 and you got a short turnaround to play on Thursday, and Lamar just start practicing back, you're 1-8. And right after that game, it's Buffalo. You probably 1-9 at that point because you ain't got Tyreek this time or Waller. You're probably 1-9. Then you got to go overseas to play Washington. We might be 1-10 going into the bye. And right there, you got a decision to make. Do you try to beat the Saints? or you try to get that draft pick. You 1-10. Stop playing with us. Care nothing about nowhere. We trying to win. Give me my draft pick. You're gonna put me through all this misery, at least give me an off season of pleasure knowing I got number 1 or number 2 pick. At least that's a little bit of a good feeling. Just talking about what should we do with it. Can y'all imagine that 1-10 playing the Saints and you lose to the Saints? Man, I would be skeptical. Because then I'm gonna be like, watch, we just gonna randomly gonna beat somebody. Watch. Oh man. Yeah, me too. I want them picks now. And I mean it. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to absolutely pick the top player. Oh my bad, I got the wrong thing up. No QB that talks about his career like that. Yeah. What kind of archetype player do you think McDaniel wants as his QB? That's a great question. I have absolutely no clue. He was just stuck with one and praised this. So we don't know. If McDaniel was to stick around, we would find out. But we don't know. We don't. We have no clue. You know his type. You know what he looks for in a quarterback. I know what he'll tell you. He'll tell you anything that makes Tua feel like he checks that box. So I have no clue. Yeah. Here we go. 1 week at a time, one game at a time. Right now it's the Atlanta Falcons. Can it get worse? Can it get worse? Anywho, I'm finna get out of here. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me sometimes when I just keep back on the couch and I just set my phone up and usually I'll start streaming, man. So yeah. I'm finna give me some rest. I will see y'all tomorrow. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace. I'm out.